Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the legendary Greensboro Coliseum, where history isn't just remembered, it's resurrected. Tonight, the icons of monster truck lore return to prove not who can beat the future, but who ruled their era. This is Retro Rampage. I am your host, Benjamin Butler.
And I'm John Ferguson. And Ben, I've got to tell you, I've been in this booth for a lot of events, but I've never seen anything quite like this. You've got your steel-bodied monsters from the 80s sitting 10 feet away from fiberglass rockets built last year. It's a blast from the past mixed with the taste of some new technology.
And that's exactly what Retro Rampage is all about. This track is from an era gone by too, John, and that's going to be the equalizer here. No track changes, no era adjustments. Everybody's going to run the exact same TNT-style drag course. It's short, fast, and absolutely unforgiving. Each nameplate is going to earn points in both brackets, and at the end of the night, we total those points together, and they go toward the championship at the end of the season.
And that's what I love about it, Ben. No fancy turns, no big sweeping corners, and no modern rhythm sections. This is a hit the gas and pray you stay straight. The kind of course where races are won or lost in the first 50 feet. If you blink, the race is over.
Exactly. The past trucks were built for this. Heavy frame, stiff suspension, and straight line power. It's going to be epic.
And the present bracket, they're used to big air and long courses. They're going to have to behave themselves tonight. If they overdrive this track, they're going to go headfirst into the wall in the shutdown area and hand the race away.
Alrighty, let's talk about who this track favors in the past side of the bracket. You got Bigfoot in its natural habitat. Straight line, short course racing is what the original Bigfoot was built for.
Yeah, that truck looks like it wants to crush a row of cars right now. And then taking a look at USA 1, if it hooks up, it's a missile. And if it doesn't hook up, it'll still look spectacular trying. And the Carolina Crusher's weight and torque will help it stay planted. And this crowd is going to push that truck harder than the throttle will, considering this is in its home state. And now over to Barefoot, one of the smoothest trucks ever. It's the quiet assassin of this bracket.
And now taking a look at the present side of the bracket, they're going to be the wild card here tonight. Bigfoot has all the control to stay low and stay fast.
The truck isn't as intimidating as it once was, but that name sure is. And with Black Stallion, technical precision could give it an edge.
Yeah, Black Stallion's definitely going to be the surgeon out there tonight. Then you got Taurus looking extremely aggressive on any track. He's got to be able to control his right foot. So each nameplate is going to earn points in both brackets. The past points plus the present points are going to equal your total. So even if a nameplate struggles in one era, its counterpart can make up the difference in the other.
It's like a relay race across time. The old trucks hand the baton to the new trucks or the other way around. Either way, you need both eras to show up if you want to win tonight.
Well, it looks like the pit party's wrapping up and the fans are heading to their seats and the trucks are about to fire up.
Oh, that's the good stuff. That's the sound of Greensboro waking up.
Greensboro, Retro Rampage is moments away from going racing after a word from the past. Don't go away.
Number one explosive motorsport is on a roll. Money Mart presents the Shaw GMC Motor Spectacular. Only at Canadian Airlines Saddle Dome. March 15th, 16th, and 17th. World famous Monster Truck Challenge. TV stars Monster Patrol, Wild Thing, Maniac, and Young Gun. Hard-hitting demolition derby. Indoor snowmobile drag racing. Explosive rollovers. Battle of the transforming robots. Meet the drivers. Free Monster Truck souvenir photo to all kids. Tickets at Ticketmaster. Pedal to metal action at Canadian Airlines Saddle Dome.
Final qualifying run for the past side of the bracket is going to be USA 1 taking on Taurus. That's a name we haven't seen before, John.
Yeah, I know. I'm super excited to have Taurus added to the events for us. Beautiful truck, and also did really well back in the day. It's real great to bring some nostalgia for that truck, as well as USA 1, which is a phenomenal truck in its own right.
Yeah, Jack Woolman created Taurus way back in the 80s, and he was an absolute handful all the way through the 90s.
And you can see with that qualifying run right there, that both of these trucks neck and neck. So this is going to be a tight racing all night long.
Here we're going to look at our last round of the present side of things. It's going to be Bigfoot, the original truck, taking on Carolina Crusher, one of the Triple B trucks.
Oh, and you know that these two trucks are going to be fighting event after event for that first place. They are both amazingly made trucks with great drivers in them too.
We moved the light down to the end of the track because the driver in the left lane was having a hard time seeing. This is a really small arena, John.
Yeah, I know, and especially with these newer trucks in this small arena, it's going to be really important that they hit the speed but also find the brakes as soon as they can so they don't go slamming into that wall.
That was a hard launch by Bigfoot. Wheels up across the finish line. Both of them slamming on the brakes. Bigfoot getting really close to the wall there to end his run. That wall might end up playing a factor here tonight, John.
Yeah, I think there's a very good chance that tonight we're going to see some damage to that wall or damage to the truck caused by the wall.
Watch out. The wildest show on wheels is about to roar into your living room. It's the ultimate home video. Blood, sweat, and tears. Bigfoot takes on the toughest full-blown competition ever before facing his greatest test when Sergeant Slaughter and his battle battalion challenge Bigfoot to an all-out tug-of-war. So if you want gear jamming, car-crushing, down and dirty action, get your credit card ready to order your video now.
Call 1-800-633-6600. Trust AWA.
All right, John, we're going to take a look at our first round bracket.
On the pass side, it looks like Taurus got the first overall qualifying, and he's going to be taking on Barefoot in the first round, followed by Carolina Crusher going against USA 1, and then Bigfoot against Black Stallion.
Over on the present side, we're going to have Black Stallion, our #1 qualifier, taking on USA 1, having a little bit of a struggle there. Taurus and Bigfoot, and Barefoot and Carolina Crusher. Let's get on down to the racing. Beautiful arena here in Greensboro. For a little bit of TNT style action going on this evening. A big roller followed by a large set of cars. These guys should have a great time remembering the old days. I'm sure some of the guys are talking in the pits about how they used to attack these kinds of tracks. And here's a truck right here that neither one of these guys you ever saw run on a TNT style course. That's, of course, Jack Willman's Taurus and Fred Schaefer's Barefoot. This is a big, huge rivalry from back in the day.
And I feel like for these trucks, the big thing in this track is that first hump. It's how do you deal with it and get over it, because you can win and lose the race right from the beginning.
Absolutely. Your timing is going to be the biggest key. You need to be able to get the jump off the line, but you need to be able to keep the front end down as you come up over that hill. So you're going to have to be mindful of how these drivers actually attack this course. It's not as easy as it looks.
And it looks like they're revving up now. And they're just waiting on the green light right now, Ben, and we're about to start off the new season of Retro Rampage.
And there's the green right there. Barefoot with the jump off the line. Look like he's going to maintain his lead all the way through. Barefoot's going to take the victory.
Man, what a close race. Barefoot just nosing out Taurus there at the end, but Taurus was in it right until the end.
We have a fast loser that's going to be coming back from round 1, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. We're going to take a look at the replay. As you can see, Barefoot gets the jump out of the hole on him, and he really never looks back. Taurus kind of threatened him there toward the end, maybe if he had another 10 feet, and there's your margin of victory right there. They come bouncing across the finish line.
Yeah, and a big thing to note with these older trucks is how much bouncier they are, and they're really going to have to fight that going over these crush cars. But as the event goes and these crush cars get crushed down a little bit more, we might see a little bit smoother racing for them.
Right here you have an underrated underdog from back in the day. Both of these guys ran the TNT circuit. You got Carolina Crusher, owned by Gary Porter, and Rod Litzow, Everett Jasmer's USA 1. This right here is a classic matchup from TNT racing back in the 80s.
Yeah, this race right here can go to anyone, and it's apt that these guys get to meet in the first race of our new season, and really to see who comes out on top and who gets the bragging rights.
Right on about that, John. We've got a action-packed night here, and we're hoping we can see some good racing here. Both of these guys are about ready to fire on off, and there they go. Up over the hill, Carolina Crusher out in the lead. USA 1 loses the tire, and he flips the truck over on the top.
Oh my gosh, you can always expect USA 1 to give you a good show, and he did for sure with flipping his truck right there.
That's the one thing you don't want to do is jam on the brakes at the finish line, and that's what he did. We're going to take a look at the replay on this one. USA 1 out of shape a little bit, gets into the berms over there for the ATV course, gets up on the nose, and what the bad thing about doing that is you hit the brakes, you're going over, and that's exactly what happened to him.
Yeah, and he was starting off behind. He knew that Carolina Crusher had him a little bit, so he was really gunning it, and he paid the price, unfortunately, by not hitting those front crush cars straight on.
A little bit crooked there. And this right here from our season 0, or our preseason of Retro Rampage, these two right here were neck and neck battling each other. You got the legendary Bigfoot going to be taking on Black Stallion. Black Stallion's another one of those guys that never really ran any kind of TNT events. It should be an interesting run between these two right here. Both of these guys extremely hard on their equipment, but they know how to handle business as well.
Definitely, Bigfoot usually in the past had Black Stallion dead to rights in the old monster trucks, so we'll have to see how it goes with the present, but Black Stallion has a little bit of pride here to show that his truck is here to stay on the old side of things.
Both of these guys been doing this well over 40 years, so my hat's off to both of these guys. Absolutely beautiful. There's the green light. Bigfoot just out and absolutely nails the hammer, gets up on the nose a little bit. That's something we're going to have to watch with the past trucks, John, is these guys trying to get it stopped, and all the bouncing might cause some things like we saw with USA 1.
Oh yeah, and Bigfoot absolutely put the pedal to the metal against Black Stallion right there. Black Stallion looked like he got out of the line a little slow, and Bigfoot was already halfway across the line, it seemed, as Black Stallion was hitting the first crush cars.
All right, we're going to move over into the present side. This is the one right here where your brakes are going to be the most important thing if you can get the truck woke down. And speaking of stallions, here comes the Black Stallion out of the tunnel. Going to be taking on USA 1, another one of the Triple B trucks. Got purchased by Triple B Motorsports a few years ago, and it's still running on the circuits out there, as well as Black Stallion. This version of Black Stallion's a little bit older, but it can still hang with the big dogs out here.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how USA 1 holds up in this, where I think Black Stallion's truck is built a little bit better for these straight line courses. Add a few turns and it may change things, but I feel like Black Stallion should have a good run here, and USA 1 is going to have to do some heavy lifting to get it from him.
We're going to sit here and wait on the green light. Both of them getting staged up. Should be an excellent run between these guys. Should be pretty close here,
especially with these newer trucks. Oh, and there they go off, and Black Stallion has a little bit of the lead, but USA 1's pushing it, and I think Black Stallion may have edged him out, but man, did they slam on the brakes right there, and they actually rode up a little bit on each other, but it looks like no damage was taken.
Yeah, Black Stallion took the approach that you want. Nose down going over those cars. USA 1 skying it out, getting up in the air. That's going to slow you down as you fly through the air.
Yeah, beautiful run, though, by USA 1, putting on a little show for the fans, getting all that air.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at the replay right here. As you can see right here, nose down and nose up, and that's the matter of the victory right there for the Black Stallion.
Yeah, but USA 1 did a good job of not flipping his truck this time, keeping it straight on the ground, but almost making contact with Black Stallion there at the end.
There wasn't nothing almost about that, John. They both got into each other. You're going to have to be mindful of that. The shutdown area is going to be the most important part of the race for those guys. And out on the track next is Bigfoot. Going to be taking on Taurus. This Taurus truck right here isn't seen very often anymore. It generally gets leased out to people as far as the name, but it was on a modern chassis, so that's what we're going to be running with here this weekend at least. And the beautiful Summit 50th anniversary, Bigfoot's 50th anniversary was last year. He's into his 51st year of competition this year. And these boys right here, heavy on the pedals. This should be a good, close race.
Yeah, and they're going to really have to take into account that wall, because they're going to have to push it down to try to get the win.
Bigfoot with a huge jump out of the lights there. Taurus in a little bit of trouble. He gets it settled down, but Bigfoot absolutely torched him off the starting line, and he's going to move on into round 2.
Yeah, and Bigfoot's going to have to keep in mind trying to get his truck a little bit lower down like Black Stallion did if he wants to take the win eventually as the event goes. But what a great run from Bigfoot to start us off.
Coming out next on the floor, another one of those Triple B trucks. This is Barefoot. Going to be taking on another Triple B truck. A lot of Triple B trucks in the field tonight, John. Carolina Crusher.
Yeah, I'm excited for this race. Both of these beautiful trucks lining up right now for us. I really have no idea. I think anyone can take this race. Who do you think has the edge on this one, Ben?
It's going to be hard to tell, John. I mean, both of these guys, absolute dog fighters when it comes to racing against anybody. Both Triple B trucks, both prepped by the same guys, and there's the green right there. Carolina Crusher's going to pull out the win. Barefoot in a little bit of trouble getting it stopped down there, but both of them safely get it stopped and can move on to the next round. We're going to see who the fast loser is from the first round on both of these events to see what our bracket looks like for round 2. What we got, John?
Yeah, and looking on the pass side, we have Barefoot upsetting Taurus in the first round, going on to take on Carolina Crusher, and then, of course, Bigfoot making it through, and Taurus sneaking in as a fast loser to hold up that first overall qualifying spot.
All right, and on the present side, we're going to have Black Stallion taking on Bigfoot, and Carolina Crusher is going to take on our fast loser, USA 1. Let's get down to the action. Out on the track, the Barefoot Racer, man, this thing was state-of-the-art 1989 technology, complete fiberglass body on this truck. He's running the cleat tires this weekend, but when it first debuted, he ran some turf tires. It was something that nobody had ever seen on a monster truck before. The truck weighed close to 8,000 pounds. The problem he had with that truck was keeping the bouncing down.
Well, and Barefoot did a great job in the first round, taking out our fastest qualifier handedly with Taurus, and now he has to go up against Carolina Crusher at a phenomenal first round run. So this is going to be a great race right here.
Neither one of these boys are slouches, and there's the green right there. Carolina Crusher out to a lead. I don't know who won that. Barefoot's in trouble.
Oh my gosh, I have no idea who won it, and Barefoot just couldn't hold on to it at the end and ended up flipping the truck. But it seemed like Carolina Crusher may have just nosed him out, but we're going to have to see what happened on replay.
As the replay comes up, Carolina Crusher got him out of the hole. And see, this is what happens right here. When you get sideways, then you end up starting to break parts because it's going to swing back the other way. And right there, Barefoot snaps the hub right off the truck, the spindle, and completely rolls the truck over. Now here's another little slice of the replay right here. Carolina Crusher out in the lead. Barefoot flies really low, but Carolina Crusher edged him out anyways, John.
Yeah, great run by Carolina Crusher, and he did a good job holding the truck as straight as he could because he was drifting left as well, and that could have been a big problem too for him.
Coming out on the floor now, the Bigfoot Racer. Now this right here is not the Bigfoot Racer that you would think of. This is Bigfoot 4 with its racer stripe on, but I'll tell you what, Bigfoot 4 is one of the most legendary trucks. Everybody knows who Bigfoot 4 is in monster truck world. And when John Pyatt powered this thing to the 1991 season for the USHRA, he came with both barrels loaded for what was at the time way more modern trucks, John.
Oh yeah, Taurus is going to have to do some heavy lifting here. After not having a great first round after being the fastest qualifier, he really has something to prove, but unfortunately for him, he's going to have to prove it against Bigfoot.
We're just waiting on the green. There's the green right there. These boys are off and going. Bigfoot out to a huge lead, and he's going to maintain it through the entire run. Bigfoot's going to take the win on that one.
That was a great run from Bigfoot. Taurus just seeing smoke right from the beginning, and he didn't even have a chance right there, unfortunately for Taurus.
Here we go, moving over to the present side. Out comes the Black Stallion. Going to be taking on Bigfoot. This right here is one of them rivalries from preseason of Retro Rampage that you just can't get away from. You couldn't ignore this one. These guys right here were at each other's throat. And now we're off into our actual season. We're going to have to see what these guys can put together to try to distance themselves away from each other. Both of these trucks are vastly different. One running a CRD chassis. My money's on Black Stallion on this one. He seems to be able to handle these straighter courses better than anybody else out here.
Yeah, and he's going to be looking for some revenge against Bigfoot because Bigfoot knocked out Black Stallion in the old trucks, but in the new trucks, Black Stallion generally does pretty good against Bigfoot in our events. So it'll be really interesting to see if Bigfoot's able to conquer the Stallion on this one.
Bigfoot was playing a little bit of mind games with him, trying to psych him out. Bigfoot actually gets the jump on him, but Black Stallion is just too much for him. Black Stallion's going to take the win.
And Bigfoot couldn't get away from what happened in the first round, keeping his truck's front tires up in the air, and Black Stallion just consistently keeping his front tires down, and that always tends to pay off on these short, straight courses.
And our final matchup of round 2 is going to pit the Carolina Crusher and USA 1. These two guys right here battled neck and neck throughout the TNT years. And a little bit, sometimes you would see this type of matchup right here in the Pin to Point series. But pretty much after that, you didn't see any of this until recently when Triple B put these trucks back out into service.
Yeah, and a big thing for USA 1 in this race right here is he's going to have to try to keep his truck down as much as he can. He loves putting on a good show for the fans, but to win, you're going to have to go low. And Carolina Crusher in their first race, they did a lot better job of keeping their truck down. So I think that's going to be the big difference maker in this race.
Right on, John. We're looking for the green light here. Both of these beautiful trucks, beautiful Chevrolets. You know, to see how everything shakes out right here. And there's the green right there. Carolina Crusher gets a slight jump on him, gets out into the lead. They're in a little bit of trouble. Oh, USA 1 just floors it out the door. I think he was in a little bit of trouble there, John.
Yeah, he chose safety over destruction by running down that pathway, and I think he chose the right avenue.
We'll be right back for the final rounds.
They're the biggest, most powerful monster trucks in the world, unleashing their awesome power in the hottest new home video, Return of the Monster Trucks. It's raw action on the first monster truck obstacle course ever, with Bigfoot, USA 1, Monster Vet, Rolling Thunder, and more. Plus exciting side-by-side car-crushing drag racing, unbelievable truck crunching. See Awesome Kong crush a mobile home. If you like the original Battle of the Monster Trucks, you'll love Return of the Monster Trucks. You won't believe your eyes as these monsters of the Midway take to the water, and much, much more. You've got to experience the ultimate crushing power and thundering action in this all-new video. Return of the Monster Trucks. It's not available in stores, so order yours today. It's dynamite. Call now 1-800-722-7000 to get your copy of Return of the Monster Trucks for just $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Order now and get a monster toy truck at no extra cost. This awesome video is available only through this special offer. So call now 1-800-722-7000. Save COD charges by using your Visa or MasterCard. Call now.
All right, John, we're going to be taking a look at the final round.
I know, what a great event so far today. And in the final round of the pass, we have Carolina Crusher taking on Bigfoot.
And over on the present side, Black Stallion's going to take on Carolina Crusher. There we go, the final round on the pass side. Bigfoot taking on Carolina Crusher. Now, we'll tell you, John, back in the day at Louisville in 1990, these two trucks right here put on one heck of a show against each other on the figure 8 out there. Bigfoot was so far behind, he was pretty much left dead in the water, and then he came storming back to actually take the win on the figure 8. It was an amazing race.
I know, well, and you can never count Bigfoot out in any race, that's for sure. But you know, with Carolina Crusher, he's always putting up great numbers in his trucks, and I know for sure he's going to want a little bit of revenge for that event.
There's the green right there. Both of these boys off and running. Bigfoot skies it out, and Carolina Crusher's going to take the win.
What a great run from Carolina Crusher right there. Bigfoot got a little slow off the line, and Carolina Crusher made him pay for it.
It's the same old thing, John. Skying it up, putting the nose up in the air will slow you down, and that's exactly what happened to Bigfoot on that run. Carolina Crusher just out here like an old pair of loafers, as Army Armstrong used to say, just comfortable as he could be.
And Carolina Crusher taking the old trucks for the win. We'll see if he's able to take on Black Stallion to get the win in the present as well.
All right, and here we are on the final round of the present side. Black Stallion versus Carolina Crusher. Carolina Crusher is trying to move in to both trucks finishing the show off here tonight, John. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, though. This Black Stallion truck is extremely strong.
Yeah, and Carolina Crusher is a testament to why it was so important to wait to get these trucks out, because we weren't able to run Carolina Crusher in the preseason because we didn't have the models for his truck. And look at how amazing this truck is running here at our events now.
Right on, John. These guys right here have been battling all night long, and Carolina Crusher is sitting in a pretty position right now. He's already moved on to the past versus present final on the pass side. Hopefully he can pull it together and make some noise right here and come out with a statement. Hasn't been on the show ever, and here he is out here in the final round in both events.
I know, and Black Stallion is going to be a tough competitor in this final round because he knows how to keep the truck low, and there they're off.
Black Stallion with the jump, and Black Stallion going to pull out the victory. Go Carolina Crusher into the wall.
Oh,
that had
God.
to hurt.
Yeah, I know. He put everything there on the line to try to get that win, but Black Stallion looked the same as he did in every other race. Smooth and collected, and he took the win dominantly right there. And here's our final race of the night, the past versus present, Ben. The race we've all been waiting for, to really put these two trucks up next to each other to see the main differences over the years.
I mean, we really shouldn't be putting points on this final race where, like I said in the beginning, you win some, you lose some, you die as a team, and it's all about the nameplate in this series right here. But this is a clear indication, and you never know, you might see one of those Leafers take a win.
Yeah, and all it takes is a subtle mistake from one of these present trucks, and the old truck will be able to sneak in and get some points. But it does definitely add some value to the present trucks making it to the final round, because that could be an easy 5 points that will help you down the line.
And there's the green right there. Black Stallion wheels up, first time all night. Carolina Crusher on the rinders, up on the nose, and brings it down. Man, you couldn't fit a book between that wall and the front of his truck. But both of these guys are going to take their spot right here in victory lane, up on top of the cars, just like they used to do back in the day.
Yeah, Carolina Crusher almost went 2 for 2 there at the end, running into the wall, but he was able to pull this one back. But he was really pushing it. He wanted to give Black Stallion every bit of competition he could in that final race.
What an excellent run from both of these gentlemen, and we'll be right back to wrap things up. Well, John, it's been a crazy night watching these old school guys, old school names, really putting it to the test out here.
I had a blast watching this. I know the fans in Greensboro had a great time. What a great first event for the new Retro Rampage season to really display the new versus the old, and both sides really showed out.
Yeah, absolutely, John. These guys right here, this is a pure representation of how, at least I feel like, monster truck racing should still be. About nothing but racing. We have the perfect sponsor behind us in Beam Motorsports to actually show, because their tagline is "Where Racing Matters," and that's what this is all about, the racing.
Big thanks to that team over there working on these mods, giving us way more skins to work with, to put on a better show for you guys. It would not be the same without them, and it's like you said, Ben, it's where racing matters, and the people who put the hard work in, they really show that through the craft that they put into this stuff.
All right, John, so we're going to have to take a look at the point standings after this event.
Yeah, and would you look at that, Ben? Carolina Crusher, one of our new racers this season, coming in at the top with 30 points, and followed by Black Stallion with 25, and then Bigfoot just sneaking around in the back with 20 points, not far off. And then Taurus, Barefoot, and USA 1, they're going to have to do some work, and USA 1 especially coming in with a fat goose egg right there. Not looking good for him initially.
Yeah, he didn't win a single event, even in qualifying. Did not, the top 3 in qualifying get 5 points, and he didn't even make the top 3 in those. So that means he's got a lot of work to do in our next event.
Well, and USA 1, that truck is built to do well at certain events, and we'll see some events down the line where he's going to really do a great job, and some of these other trucks like Black Stallion may not have the same output like he did in this race. So this point standing now, it may look a little spread out, but it will definitely get narrower as the season goes.
Absolutely, John. Well, for all of us guys over here at Retro Rampage and with Beam Motorsports, I'm Benjamin Butler.
And I'm John Ferguson.
We'll catch you guys next time on the next episode of Retro Rampage.